Hello, hello, my gorgeous friends. How are you today? It's Elizabeth Angeline coming at you live from Heaven, the Spa on the Rock. Welcome to Self-Care Sunday. You know the drill. As you hop on, I want to know you're here. Today's topic is exciting. What's going on with my lighting here? What's happening? What's happening? What's happening? Why is it so weird? Hello. Today's topic, what is the difference between a face serum and a face oil? Why are there two different products, and do we need both? Let me know that you're here with me live. You guys see my tan today? You see, I've been spray tanned. Spray tanned. Not the best day to have Self-Care Sunday because it's all gonna come off. So how was your day? Hello, Carol, welcome. How was your beautiful Sunday in Victoria? We've had the most gorgeous day, and we are here now live to have gorgeous skin. So welcome. If you are new to Self-Care Sundays, please introduce yourself. Welcome to Love Your Skin, #HealthySkin4Live. We do a weekly Self-Care Sunday live at 6 o'clock every time. If you have any questions about your own skincare, please feel free to just shout away. Let me know how I can help you. So we're gonna dive right in. You guys will spend an hour watching my tan fade. We're going to do a beautiful treatment today. I've got everything all lined up right behind me. Oh, there's my notification that I'm live. That's me. So if you guys are gonna follow along, if you have a sample care pouch, you'll have 13 samples. I would love for you to open those all up. If you have a headband, wonderful. Somehow tie your beautiful hair away from your face. And then I have a hot bowl of water with 4 towels, so that helps. We always do a rinse with the hot towels and then just put the towels somewhere else, not back into the water. And if you are joining us and you do not have a facial care pouch and you would like one, just contact the spa and we'll get you one. They're $35. They contain all of the samples we're going to use in our treatment tonight. And then you get a chance for a $10 credit as well to purchase any of the things within the pouch that you love. The pouches cost $35 in the spa. You can collect them anytime. We're here every Sunday, except for my birthday Sunday, which will be at the end of the month. And you guys, I have a spray tan for a reason. And the reason is a photo shoot tomorrow. A photo shoot tomorrow! So stay tuned on the Instagram behind the scenes and the stories. I can't wait! I can't wait. It's at the later part of the day, but there's something really special coming at you after the photo shoot. Not tomorrow, but coming at you. Okay, so I have a little different setup today, so maybe I move myself over just a tiny bit with you over here. Again, let me know that you're here with me live. I want to know who's here. And how was your day? How did you spend this magical day? My gosh, it was gorgeous outside. A little cold, a little windy, still good. There, how's that? Hello, happy Megan. Welcome, welcome. Okay, are you going to join along today, Megan? If you got some free time. I'm going to get started with my makeup remover. Take off my little bit of makeup I have on. Have you got all your stuff ready? Let me know with some hearts if you guys are all ready to go. And how do you feel about today's topic? Do you have any questions about serums versus oils? Why there are two? Of course, you guys know I'm going to get into it because that's what we do around here. Get into it. Learn all the things about healthy skin. So the first thing I'm going to tell you about why there are oils and why there are serums is obviously the different skin types, conditions, and concerns. It's funny because you think, well, an oily skin wouldn't necessarily. Oh, nice. Megan, how did you snaggle a swim? Well done. Oh, I want to go swimming. So you would think, well, maybe an oily skin would not use a face oil. That's a very common misunderstanding, one that I held myself as well. I had very oily skin when I first started my aesthetics career. I was 19 years old. I had blemish-ridden skin and an oil control situation. It was just, and because I had a blemish problem, I would douse my face in probably like Maybelline at the time, or CoverGirl Clear Skin, or whatever the heck I was. Hi, Nikki, welcome. Whatever was going on there, because I was 19, right? And at the end of the day, my face used to just be like oily, and like my makeup would have dribbled off, and it was awful. So my very first job, I worked with a French line called Declior, and it was an essential oil line from France. I'm sorry, I mentioned that already. And the educator, her name was France Valancourt Ylang. I'll never forget her in my life. She was terrifying for my young 19-year-old self. And she said, you use an oil. And I was like, no, ma'am, I'm not going to do that. And she said to me, it's the only thing that will change your skin. And at the time, I wasn't as confident as I am now, so I did what she said. And man, did it ever change my skin. And then in fact, I used Declior most of my career, but then a lot of things changed within that brand, and that was just, I had to pivot. Oh, well, Crystal, welcome. I'm really glad that you joined us. Thank you, thank you. Mangosteen cleanser is in my hand here. Small amount, dime size amount. With Eminence, we have a golden rule, not so much with cleansers, but other things. Take what you would, put half of it back. Half of it back. So we're going to start with this one. Hi, Brenda, welcome. So, my oil situation with my terrifying French instructor. So, she said it's the only thing that will change my skin. And I was just like, I don't believe you. I really didn't believe her. And it really did. So Ylang oil was a combination of essential oils in a face oil. So let's clarify that. A face oil is a carrier base with like ingredients additional inside, right? So essential oils are not necessarily a face oil unless they're in some kind of concoction of a carrier that you would then apply to the face that would be oily and lipidic. So when I first started with Eminence, I would not have carried Eminence if they did not have an oil in their line. And when I first started was, I think 7 or 8 years ago now with Eminence, which has been a blessing for all of us. Football and facials, you're the best. No footballs at the spa. Football at the house. Thank God I'm over here. Gross. I wouldn't have bought into the Eminence line, honestly, if there wasn't an oil. And the only one at the time was the facial recovery oil. And if anybody has ever used that, oh my gosh, it's a liquid gold. And there's a reason why it is. Because your skin is a waterproof barrier. Hello, Julie. Welcome. I think you might be new to us, Julie. Are you new to us? Welcome to Self-Care Sunday. The skin is a waterproof shell, for lack of a better word, a waterproof organ that does not allow water to penetrate beyond the epidermal layer. The water-based ingredients on the surface of your skin, we've talked a lot about being absorbed by the cornflakes and the dead skin cells of the epithelial tissue. That's about it. So we use an oil to penetrate into the tissue, and essential oils within a carrier oil, in a face oil, are traced back to your bloodstream 24 hours later. How miraculous is that? So remember that your cells, all of them in your entire body, your blood cells, your bone cells, you're amazing, the skin cells, everything has an outer layer of receptor sites on the exterior of the cell. So that is why, and we're going to actually do a topic on this with hormones and why we're like, my skin's hormonal. Like, we all do that. Like, my skin's hormonal, but do we even know what's happening there? I'm going to give you a completely different take on what's going on there. But basically, when we use oils and essential oils together, they are traced on those receptor sites in our bloodstream. And that is where the true change can become. So get this for some cool shit. Excuse me. Ylang essential oil in a carrier oil is used to control sebum. So when Ylang is present, geranium is also very, very beneficial. The sebaceous gland is like, oh, I'm good, because there's a receptor site in the sebaceous gland that accepts the Ylang essential oil, which is best delivered in a face oil product, to it'd be like, oh, you know, I'm going to start to reduce my production of oil. So Ylang is in facial recovery oil. And guess what else magical Ylang does? magical, ylang ylang, just by the inhalation of it. You guys know through diffusers, we put a liquid essential oil into a diffuser and then the air fills up. So your essential oils turn from a liquid into a gas. That molecular structure is one of the smallest molecular structures that your skin will allow to penetrate, which is why they're so amazing. But the olfactory senses will also accept ylang ylang as, like, when you smell it, what I'm trying to say is when you smell it by itself without touching your face, it stimulates the collagen production through the endorphins from your olfactory senses. Like what? I'm digressing, but like ylang ylang, thank you for that. Thank you for that. So that is facial recovery oil, aka liquid gold. Drop some hearts down below if you have used this product. If you love this product, you can't live without this product. This product needs to be 10 times bigger as far as I'm concerned. Okay, oh, scrubbing. I really don't want to take my tan off today. I'm like, I just got it on today. Okay, so we got lots of hearts for facial recovery oil, you guys. It's magical. Magical. So now we're going to use Stonecrop Fizz. Stonecrop Fizz, and my tan's going to fade right off. I like to use Stonecrop Fizz with just a little bit of water. Oh, you guys are awesome. Thank you for the hearts and feedback on facial recovery oil. Okay, so let's say we all love facial recovery oil. What is the point of using anything else? So different skin types, different skin conditions. Now, we also know that the skin cannot function without water. So water-based ingredients, even though they don't really make a ton of change in the deep dermal layer, the cells communicate to one another through electricity, and a dehydrated everything cannot communicate effectively through that electrical force. So your cells regeneration, your cells, so let's say you're like, hey cells, can we try and brighten up a little bit? And you're like, here's some ingredients for brightening, blah, 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 blah. But they can't communicate to one another. So they can't actually do a productive job of changing anything. Or, hey cells, I would love it if you would stop breaking out now, please. I'm gonna pick at you and I'm gonna yell at you and I'm gonna be all upset at you all the time. But I would love it if you stopped doing that. No, it needs some kind of communication from what you're asking it to do to one another. The difference between fizz and strawberry for Fizzofoliant, that's the one I use in a age corrective wash. There's a couple differences, which is a great question. Thank you, Crystal. Sodium bicarbonate is in the fizz, which is hensing the fizz. It breaks down oils a little bit better. I find the dermafoliant is better mixed with a cleanser. When you mix the Fizzofoliant with something else, it takes away the foamy fizz component. Both are just as granular, I would say, and just as good for as consistently, so not either one of them isn't more aggressive over the other. But if you mix the dermafoliant with the cleansing oil, that is one of my most aggressive / favorite scrubs. And when you mix the Fizzofoliant with the cleansing oil, it kind of falls flat for me. I like the foaming. It makes extractions a little bit easier because the sodium bicarbonate sort of saponifies. It saponifies the congestion in the debris in the oil. Hi, Rhonda. Thanks for joining. Oh, the Stonecrop Fizzofoliant also contains microgreens, which are again the Stonecrop detoxification line. So if you have a lot of blackheads or you feel like your skin is inflamed due to perhaps pollutants or oxidative stress, internal stressors, that kind of thing, then the Stonecrop is definitely superior. Stonecrop is a little bit more costly, and the dermafoliant has salicylic acid in it, so really, really great for any, again, congestions. Lovely for that. Lactic acid as well in that one, actually. I would say dermafoliant's a bit more for sensitive. I don't know. I think they're both fantastic. I mean, it's really a personal preference aside from those two. Oh, thank you, my darling. Okay, moving forward. So that was my Fizzofoliant. I find as well, actually, Fizzofoliant, if you are like a sink face washer, is a bit easier to remove. So I like to use the dermafoliant in the shower because then I can just rinse it. But I find when I use my cloth, I have like granulars left, whereas I don't with this one now. It's beautiful. You're welcome. I hope that helps. Send me a message if you need any more, or we can just get a couple samples of both. But we need to be using definitely an exfoliant consistently, which was what we talked about in last week's video when we secretly launched the box, you guys. How excited are we about the box? I am excited about the box. Okay, so now we're going to do the Firm Skin Acai Peel. Firm Skin is a liquid exfoliating. And we're going to do Arctic Berry again today, also because of the photo shoot tomorrow. Hi Tracy, welcome. Hello, hello, hello. Make sure you guys are sharing the video. Share what you love about Self-Care Sunday. How's your skin feeling after you've become so consistent? Oh, good. Oh, am I getting it? You guys? Oh, crap. I didn't think about that today when I went in here. How's the feed for you guys? Is your feed okay? I look a wee bit glitchy. I forgot about that. Sorry, I'm so habitual. Oh, look at my tan's all gone. Oh, Taylor's gonna be so sad. Oh, you guys, so anyone who's local to Victoria, my spray tan was done at Brune Body Bar today. An outstanding job. Completely conscientious about any bizarre discolorations. Phenomenal job. Absolutely phenomenal. Picked kind of a medium neutralish color. No Jersey Shore action going on here, even though we joked about it, which was fun. Anyways, highly recommend, and they will be a part of a secret giveaway. Is it? Oh, I'm sorry. Should we move again? It's going to be pretty tricky to move. Sorry, Sarah. Apologize for the jumpiness. Okay, we're getting into Arctic Berry, so I'll have you pull open your Arctic Berry step 1 and 2. We're going to save step 3 for tomorrow morning. The samples have 3 samples in that little kit there. Hello, Nicole. The photo shoot is for my 40th birthday. And a contest that's coming up your way fast. We are changing the way we feel about being 40. So the photo shoot, and it's also because I like to be, you know, I'll tell you tomorrow where the photo shoot will be. I like to be where the photo shoot is in taking place. You guys are in for a fun treat. Queen for the day is what I'm putting together for you guys. Yeah. Yeah, Mira, hand over some photo shoot. Tell me how to make a nice face. The photographer is phenomenal, Amanda Lee, and she's going to be a part of the Queen for the day. And it's coming at you, ladies. Coming at you. So this is step 1, Arctic Berry, multi-activating enzyme peel. Oh, yeah, you got it. Oh, Stephanie, you got to be Queen for the day coming up yourself. You don't need to win anything, but hopefully you guys do. Oh, I'm so excited about all the things. What a busy week. We've got new staff, we've got interviews, we've got a photo shoot. Holy smokes. Hair, makeup, blah, blah. It's all happening on Monday. Okay, so step 1, we rinse our hands in between. And then once this is sitting on, I'm going to get a little bit more into a position of a serum, why we would have that, what the differences are going to be. And then at the end, I'm going to show you the different consistencies of the serums, how we choose them. I love that you guys create a community on the Self-Care Sundays. That's awesome. Step 2, so I've rinsed and dried my hands. Step 2 is the Arctic Berry Activator next, and we're going to get a very effervescent, fizzy effect coming on. Get nice and close for you guys to see. Oh my gosh, can you imagine if I pour that in my eye? I can't really see, the lights are so bright. Whoa! Fizzy! It sounded like my mother just there. And then I'm going to put the 8 Greens Hot Mask on top. You can use any stimulant that you have on top. Normally I would go farther down my neck. And then after this, I'm going to spray my face with more self-tanner so my face is not a different color than my body tomorrow. Luckily I'm a self-tan junkie and I got lots of that stuff on hand. Okay, so that's Arctic Berry. Then we're going to do that twice. So I've rinsed my hands again, and I'm going to show you another application way, which is more the aftershave application way. Put the 2 together, and then we get that same stimulant effect again. We're stimulating the skin to encourage blood flow, and then obviously this is an exfoliating product, revealing glorious glowing skin, increasing our product penetration, increasing our skin's dermal layer activity, circulation, collagen production, elastin strengthening, blah, blah, blah. Love, love, love. Jamie, welcome. Okay. So, we're going to let that sit on, and I'm going to add the 8 Greens Hot Mask to us, and then I'm going to show you while we're kind of treating the skin some of the difference with the serums. Whoop! Darn it! Oh, I have another one. Hooray! Always using our depressors, you guys, not putting our hands, especially wet hands, into our products. So that's my natural. Put half of it back. Put half of it back every time. Eminence is such a concentrated product. And let me quickly just insert. Eminence is lipid encapsulated, which is why it is so productive. So going back to the information I delivered in the beginning of the video, your skin is waterproof. So when you go, oh man, I certainly do. I certainly do. Tracy, we should do a virtual consultation so that I can help you from afar. I've never known the benefits of Eminence booster serums and how they differ from marine flower and citrus and kale. That is a great question, my friend. So the reason, I'll get into it. The reason why we put half of it back is because we are used to using products that are not lipid encapsulated. It is a very, very high-tech scientific delivery system in which all of the micronutrients in the Eminence products are encapsulated in an oil that your skin allows to penetrate. Magical. Magical! Don't wash face before 8 Greens. Nope, put it on right on top, unless you want to. Right on top of the Arctic berry. Absolutely. Okay, so what is the difference between the booster serums and citrus and kale and marine peptide and rosehip as well? They are the higher value ones, right? So you're $110 with marine, citrus, and rosehip. The booster serum ones, if I can, they were a part of a line called the Vita Skin Collection. So the Vita Skin Collection with those booster serums, they're calm, firm, bright, and clear. So that line is what they decided to categorize everything so that it was more clear on your side. So as a consumer, you would go into a salon, my face is dull, you would go bright. My face is dry and aging, you would go firm. It just becomes easy. The booster serums are also used to add those active ingredients into any particular moisturizer that you would like. So let's say you had dry skin, concerned with aging, but the firm skin moisturizer was too thick for you perhaps. But the ingredients we would need. So the Verbiage Booster Serum indicates that you can boost your cream with those additional ingredients. Does that make sense? So I would never suggest adding your marine peptide serum into your moisturizer. I want that one on your skin, full concentration, to do the best job. Your booster serums can be used to enhance the ingredients of your cream of choice. Or let's say you have clear skin mask, because once in a while you have some situations with acne that you want to make sure don't bother you. You can go ahead and toss firm skin serum right into that. Why would you would ask? Because your skin still needs the antioxidants. The vitamins in the firm skin booster are beautiful antioxidants for the skin, and the hyaluronic acid. The more hyaluronic acid that you can provide the skin, the better the water concentration, therefore the better communication to the cells, therefore the better receiving the mask. Magical. It's magical. Look at my face. Oh my God. You guys must think I'm insane. So the booster serums are meant to be used in conjunction. So that being said, I think we talked about this, Stephanie, the other day. If you had a pigmentation concern and you were to use citrus and kale serum, perhaps rosehip C and E serum, and then shouldn't I be using the bright skin serum as well? Yes, perhaps. Yeah, there is, I think. That one I don't have on the top of my head, but I can definitely get back to you on that. What's happening with my lips? So citrus and kale, the C and the E, are such strong ingredients for brightening pigmentation that the only reason you would use the bright skin serum would be perhaps because you didn't like the bright skin mask and you can add those ingredients into your masks or your creams. It's just a different level of skincare individuals. So let's just say you're brand new to me and you're like, I need to brighten my skin. I was like, great, here's $110 serum, this is the one you should buy. You'd be like, oh, okay, good, great. Like, how could you have other things, you know? That's not how people get started usually. So if I were to say, here is my bright skin serum, it's a beautiful position, it has a fantastic at minimizing pigmentation and reducing the ability to spread, and it's $59. You can put it in your cream, you can add it into your mask. It's an amazing product. It's just that much easier to see the health of the skin improve before you dive into the big hitters, kind of as the big hitters. So both are good, both not necessary at the same time. Does that make sense, Stephanie? I hope that's kind of clear. I'm going to rinse this puppy off because we still have masks to do as well. And then I'm going to show you the different types of serums on my hand. So let's get back to the choices between a face oil and a serum and if you would use both and why. So we talked about this last week, I think it was, with the top 5 ingredients for skincare. Certain ingredients are delivered in a certain formula more effectively. So like we talked about essential oils being delivered in oil carrier. That is the most effective way because first of all, the oil carrier is going to get the essential oils delivered to a deeper layer. The other things, such as the hyaluronic acid in the firm skin serum, we want that to be at the upper layer as well as the mid layer. So if we use an oil, if you use an oil, an effective oil, you shouldn't have a ton of residual sensation on the surface of the skin. If you use the right amount, it should basically disappear into the tissue. So I like to use mine in order of citrus and kale serum because it's the most aqueous, it goes right in. And remember, it's all lipid encapsulated. So even citrus and kale is lipid encapsulated, even though it is not an oil. So we're getting that maximum deep dermal penetration from all of the products. So then I put on, my marine peptide serum. Next. No, well, I'll switch. Nighttime is marine peptide serum for me. Firm skin is for me in the day. And then I use my facial recovery oil on top of it all. And then my water-based product, my moisturizer, which I'm currently using lavender in the day, bright skin overnight at night, with Camellia solid oil, by the way, hearts all over that one. Oh my God! And then seals everything in, and then my eye cream goes on top of that. So I wouldn't need to use 3 of the same viscosity serums or oils. I wouldn't necessarily use facial recovery oil with rosehip oil and wildflower oil, right? Does that make sense? But I would use that thumb was right on my. What's that? I would use the citrus and kale aqueous one, and then more of the gel-based one, like firm skin, bright skin, and marine peptide, and then an oil. So I like using all 3. That's me. It's not necessary, but in my philosophy of skin, I'm allowing different layers of my skin to absorb and get the maximum amount of ingredients in the message that I'm trying to relay. For me is age correction, hydration, brightening from old acne scars, reducing pigmentation from my sun worshipping days, and things like that. So I like, and I have access to everything, which I definitely understand is not a common thing, but is totally a part of the reason why I became an esthetician. Let me tell that right now. I have a story for you guys. When I was young, my mother, you guys know my stepmother, that's my silk tenor on my neck. How sad. I'm so sorry, Taylor. My mother was in Mary Kay. And I remember, let me know if anyone else here's mother was in Mary Kay. I need to know down below, hearts, love, whatever. Pink stuff. She brought home this suitcase. I was in grade 5. Bad acne, remember. Nancy, welcome. Oh, Nancy, miss you. So she had this 2 pink suitcases, and one of them was makeup. And when you're in grade 5, do you remember, like, when I was in grade 5, I had that, like, thing that opened that was, like, the shittiest makeup in the world from Shoppers for, like, $12 or something? I was obsessed. Again, because I had such bad acne, I wore a lot of makeup. But I opened it up, this case, this pink case, and it was full of all these little makeup samples, and oh my God, I was in heaven. And then the second case were these giant professional skincare products. And my job, when I was little, we had a bed and breakfast in this house, so we had this really formal antique dining room. And then my mom would host these Mary Kay parties there, and everybody would be sitting around. You guys tell me if you guys like remember any of this. They had those trays, those styrofoam trays or whatever they were made of, with the divots, and I was the little girl who went around and like took the big one and like they were awesome, and I would squirt the big one in the thing that said mask, and the thing that was my first. And I was like, these products are huge. Look at me now, people. Look at me now. Signing off. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. We'll definitely chat. Thank you so much for popping in, Sarah. Okay, so now we're going to put on, this is going to be super fun little combination. I'm going to put on citrus and kale, and I'm going to mix it with my Bright Skin Overnight because it's just a little fun, a little different. Why not? We're mixing all the things. And then once this is on I have lots of serums. I'm going to show you them on my hand. Okie dokie. Put this into place. Put half of it back. And I'm also going to Stone Crop Mist my face, just to add the moisture. The products will slip a little bit easier. They'll be a little bit, they'll go farther on my skin before they last longer. It's more valuable for those of us. And your products can be higher penetration. And I've got way too much again. Oh my gosh. So when you're masking, let me see, this thin layer, just so that your skin looks wet. This is way too much. Sorry. I should be doing this more responsibly. It's just too much. Wow. This is what I was talking about. Put half of it back and I still have too much. So I took too much. Darn it. I'll go down here. Bad timing with the tan, I tell you. Shoot. Okay, so let me wash my hands and then I'll give you these demonstration of these between the oils and the serums. Okay, so you guys have any more questions about why there are both? Basically, each one drops into the skin at a different layer and does a very different cast. Okay, so I'm going to start with citrus and kale, which is one of my favorite, ultimate favorite products. I avoided using this product for so long. I think I only started using it maybe 2 years ago out of 7 or 8. Because it was tricky to use, and I guess I wasn't as confident selling it either at that time. Lots of things, just growing into myself, if you will. So citrus and kale is a very generous amount, and you can see how liquidy it is. I'm going to put a little bit on my hand. So there is a demonstration that I would love to show you guys one day, that every time we go to an eminence training they do this. They fill a jug, a water jug with with water and a few drops of iodine, and the iodine is a representation of free radicals in the skin. Free radicals attack the skin, and when they damage the nucleus of a cell, if the cell is compromised, weak, damaged, or otherwise allowed to penetrate into the nucleus, the free radical will come in and cause complete cell disruption. So when they dribble 2-3 drops of this product into this jug, the orange iodine jug goes clear. It completely eradicates free radicals in the skin. It is absolutely shocking. Then you can go ahead and drop more in. The water's crystal clear. Back to completely happy, antioxidant loving water. So again, your skin is mostly water, and the free radicals are coming at us from external and intrinsic internal devices. Stress, diet, hormones, pollution, oxygen, sun damage, and then mechanisms within the skin that then change because of those effects. So this guy, we need this guy in our life. But when you rub him in, skincares are hymns. I don't know why I say that all the time, but I do. When you rub this product in, it completely disappears and penetrates into the skin. And even though it is not an oil, remember, it is an oil encapsulated ingredient. So this particular one, I suggest more for anyone who, well, for anyone basically, but if you were an oily person and we didn't have trust yet, and you were like, I needed some strengthening of my collagen, some antioxidants, but I'm not prepared to use a face oil, then you would go with this one. I don't know if you guys can see that because I'm kind of blinded by the lights, but it is completely gone into my hand. Okay, there's no like stickiness, there's no texture there. So then I'm gonna do a couple drops of the different ones so you guys, they're all fairly similar. The next texture is Marine Peptide, any of the Vita Skin collections, and 8 greens. So this is Marine Peptide here. So a bit more jelly, kind of definitely not watery like citrus and kale. And I'll put that one right there. Okay, and then Bright Skin Serum. Also these very beautiful, generous jars. I think this guy's pretty low. Oh, good. So Terra Tree, licorice root in here. Also kind of a jelly texture. So Bright Skin's gonna go, oop, just right there. And then 8 greens is another beautiful, beautiful serum. 8 greens is the plant hormones again. Do this kind of consistently here for you. So that one. And as you'll know, 8 greens is for, I have to check, Vanessa. I wasn't at work today, but I'll be happy to check for you. And then that is 8 greens. Okay, so I want you to see, you can tell that the Bright Skin is kind of running down the most. This one is not, so 8 greens is a little richer. And then that's Marine Peptide. So Marine Peptide is the thinnest of these ones. So peptides enhance collagen production, and Marine Peptide Serum also fills up the collagen tank in the skin. Then this one was Bright Skin. So you see kind of how they coat the skin, which is the opposite of what we were talking about with citrus and kale. So this one, I especially find with Firm Skin Serum, which is the one I use, there's a beautiful hydrated effect, kind of almost like a plumping effect, but it doesn't, like citrus and kale is just gone. There's just no effect on the skin whatsoever. It's done. Your skin's just loving it, but there's no texture. So people are like, oh, I really like a dewy effect. That's not what citrus and kale does. It provides skin health that will do that, but not necessarily the way that a skin oil or like the solid glow oil would. Okay, so those ones, you can see Marine Peptide has penetrated completely with just that little bit of friction. That one's Bright Skin, that one's 8 greens. Okay, so also that is 1 drop of each of those serums. So that's pretty cool. Okay, I'm gonna do the oil on the other side. So with oils, now we have the solid oil, which is super magical product. I've got facial recovery oil and rosehip oil. I also have a wildflower oil, but I don't have one open, and it is a little bit thinner. It is the thinnest of the oils. So with these 3 in demonstration, I think you'll be able to figure out the thinness of that other one. Okay, so rosehip C&E, also something we use a lot of, is a very lightweight, beautiful smelling oil. It's just divine. Amazing, right, Megan? Okay, I'm just gonna open the other one so that I don't drip it all down the place when I'm doing it. Okay, then facial recovery oil, liquid gold, a tiny bit thicker carrier oil base, and citrus and kale, vitamin C and E oil has 3 kinds of vitamin C in it. Again, so different vitamin C molecules will have a different life expectancy, they'll have a different delivery, and they'll have a different receptor. So having all 3 of them, the marine does not smell bad. I mean, luckily it doesn't smell like garbage, but it doesn't smell as amazing as rosehip. Okay, so there's a nope. This one really is one of our favorites. Okay, so there's a rosehip oil there. That's beautiful. Again, amazing smell. And then I'll put a facial recovery oil there. So golden, tiny bit richer oil. That's the one with the Ylang Ylang, if you guys are keeping track. And then now we have the solid Camellia Glow oil, which is right here. And so Rosehip, nice and sort of thin and steady. This is facial recovery oil. And these are the ones that seal everything in. And then as they travel into the epidermis, they're bringing in whatever ingredient you then put on top, which would be your moisturizer, your night treatment, whatever it'll be. And they're all participating in helping the skin to its maximum health. So then with solid Camellia oil, we just have to manipulate that with body heat and friction, and we get a beautiful oil out of that one too. So it all just depends on the effect that you're going for your skin, how much, obviously how much you're willing to invest in your skin. Do you need all of them? No, you do not. Can you eventually get to all of them? Absolutely. But you don't need every single one. So that's the purpose of perhaps even the In Touch Skin consultation or following along with our Facial Friday samples, is that we can learn how to implement one or two things at a time that make a difference in the tissue. And I will say this, that with Eminence, do you want all of them? Yes. No, one after the other would be redundant. Yes. So you would pick Dana Facial Recovery day or night, and then Camellia day or night. So I would say Camellia would give you a dewier effect. So perhaps that one would be night, unless you were really, really dry, but then also your facial recovery oil will draw your day moisturizer in. I would try a week of one in the day, one at night, and then swap them. Swap it out. See what suits you best. So this hand was the serum hand. This hand is the oil hand. Can you guys see the difference? Sorry, I hope that the demos are going okay. I love the layering, Vanessa. Like, and I often, and anyone who's ever had a skin touch with me, I use many lighter layers, and I really believe that it's targeting all of the different productivities in each. There are 7 layers of skin, you guys, and they're the thickest around your thumb and your heels, and on our face is very, very thin. So I don't know how thin it is, but like 0.5 millimeter, I think it was. Eye area even less, right? So sorry, again, see how I've got this like sheen? We all love that. So if you were to use a serum by itself, we wouldn't get that. So that's really great if you don't want that. And then if you do want that, then that's sort of how we get that sheen, is that beautiful oil pushing everything in, hydrating the cells deep beyond the dead dry cells at the top. And then I'm gonna pick some now and put them on my face. So because we're gonna use Bright Skin Overnight, that's quite a rich cream. What I'll do, excuse me, is citrus and kale and marine peptide, and then rosehip. Because if I used Camellia as a slightly richer one, it might just be a little bit heavy on my face. And then remember, I'm gonna go and put some self-tanner on right after. So we wanna be able to get it all in there. So you guys have any other questions? I'll go back and read the comments and reply to you all. Sorry if I've missed any comments. I have an elastic band is my Jimmy that holds the phone onto the tripod. Super, super high tech around here. Elastic bands. How's your face feeling? Mine was so hot last week. Do you remember that? This one is much more adapted. Beautiful. So my mask was really creamy. The citrus and kale mask can tend to dry and crack when I'm talking, so I just really like to mix it with a bit of creamy. I was going to say just a few moments ago that the serums and the masks in our Eminence line contain the most potent ingredients for change. So that's part of the reason why we've talked a lot about them recently, because I'm really focusing on those in the Love Your Skin, Healthy Skin for Life box, taking into consideration that the moisturizers are personal preference of texture and smell and how they make your skin look and feel, but the serums are where we're going to get the real changes. Okay, so we have a philosophy, of course, that there's no point in spending any money anywhere on dirty skin, so we have to have appropriate cleansers and exfoliations. And there's also no point in having facials. I mean, there is less of a point in having a facial Oh. Megan, have you been using any of the Camellia? Yeah. So fun, right? There's less point, forgive me, in having a facial if we're not going to be taking care of our skin, if we're hoping for a change in our skin. Some people are not hoping for a change with their skin, and that's wonderful, don't get me wrong. But if you're like, I have all of this stuff in my facial, I really want you to get rid of it. Great, we can certainly start that communication within the tissue, but that's like having boot camp once every 6 months and hoping that you're gonna have your dream body out of that, whereas the home care is the gym every single day with the skincare part. So the serums are just a very, very large piece of a skin's change. So when you're looking for an adaptation or you're looking for something to be improved, I suggest that perhaps the serum is the place that we look. Is that clear? Cool. Thank you for joining. Yeah, so Megan, let's get some samples of the Camellia on the go, and then we'll see if we can get rid of those little dry bits. And maybe the Radiance Cream might not be enough on its own. You might need to go Bright Skin Overnight or Lotus even. We'll try some other samples and we'll get you just right. It's like that, the Three Bears. It's just right, but it takes a minute. It takes a couple bowls of porridge to get just right. So I'm going to show you how I like to put my citrus and kale on. I raise my chin, I drop her high cheek because it runs. Of course, Tracy, I certainly will. I'll be back at work on Tuesday, okay? I'm sorry, I'm a little bit crazy tomorrow with my hair, makeup, and photo shoot, but I will get back to you for Tuesday. And we'll figure that out. So that's citrus and kale. I do 3 drops all over, and I do like to get that one right up around my eye, and of course all around my neck. Then we're gonna go with marine peptide. So marine peptide I can find, thank you, can be a touch sticky if I use too much personally, so I like to do 2 very normal drops. I rub those 2 together. And I put that all over. There's also a beautiful hyaluronic acid ingredient in the marine peptide. So it is very, very nourishing. And also right up in and around the eye area. Down my neck area. And if you guys ever have any residue, you might catch me. I always kind of just nourish my cuticles with it. And I was like, my gold, but put the gold down. We're using Rosehip today. Rosehip is 3 drops for me. If I can get 3 drops out of this bottle. Ugh. And with Rosehip, just go to town. Smell that one. Oh. And then 3 drops, double hands together, put that all over. You don't have to smack yourself around. I don't know why I do that. I just like it. I think it feels so good. You will find that if you try and get the oil everywhere from here, you might not. So the putting it into place first is really valuable. And again, remembering that your oil is the smallest molecular structure, and the skin it doesn't need to be oily. You don't need like a oily massage face. You just need the layer of oil on your skin, and then the little tiny oil molecules will go right in and draw whatever in next you're going to use. So we do have obviously specific eye products, but your serums are your smallest molecular weight under your moisturizer. So feel free to put them around your eyes. And then Neroli Eye Serum is my favorite lightweight natural retinol alternative. 2 drops. Sorry, 1 dispensed little half pump, and then put my 2 fingers together. Always working inwards around the eye area. And don't forget the lip area. So if you are having, this is a $79 eye cream, but the size of it, it's huge. You just need, and it smells so good, just caught me. When you are using these products, if you were to depress the full pump of any Eminence product, actually, honestly, it's just excessive. So if you have marine peptide eye, lavender eye, neroli eye, it's just a little tiny pump. You don't need the full pump. And again, it's that same, put half of it back. We can't put half of it back with Neroli. Yes, I'm doing that twice just because I'm not into wasting, but I wanted to show you how to use a tiny, tiny depression on your Eminence products with pumps, just a little bit. So if I were to be not using such a rich night cream, this is my Bright Overnight Cream. Look at my giant jug of it. Sorry. It's all flooding back to me now with the Mary Kay. I would use the solid oil, but I would use a bit lighter of a cream like the Lotus Overnight or Arctic Berry over, well, Arctic Berry isn't night, but of course you can, if I wanted to do that. But I really love the Bright Skin Overnight for myself, so I'm just going to use those 3 serums. Those 3 layers will be enough. And for those of you who do have solid camellia oil and those other serums, you could just leave it there too. So you could do citrus and kale, marine peptide, and then put solid camellia oil on top. And that could be your night treatment as well. Oh my gosh, I'm just wasting product all day over here. My goodness me. Okay, too much. Again, it's a good point to show you guys though. So how does your face feel? Do you have any questions about the serums that you're using? You want to add something in? What do you think? Is there anything else I can share with you? The top 3 questions were, what are the differences between them all? So I think we covered that. Do we need all of them? No. Why would we choose different ones? So different skin types, different concerns, and different after effects. So do you want a dewy face? Do you not want a dewy face? Do you want to have more ingredients that are more active? Are you really looking for a change? Is your skin very happy with just the 1 or 2 things? So many skin types, people think I don't want too many things. That's totally fine. We can get the right things in the right place and make a huge difference as well. You do not need 3 serums to make a change, but we do need 1. Definitely want 1. If you're just a cleanser moisturizer kind of person, great. We need some talking. We need a scrub in there, we need an SPF in there, and we definitely, in my opinion, would be beneficial to have a serum in there. What were, 5 ingredients. So yes, testing me now. So exfoliation, physical, liquid, or enzyme, so something consistently exfoliating. Vitamins, so we did C and E together. Then we did hyaluronic acid. What else did we do? C and E, hyaluronic acid. Did we do water? We might have done water and SPF. So we can't have like healthy skin without those things. And so having an HA that holds and binds water into the skin, I think that was all 5 of them. Maybe water wasn't a part of it, because water would have been in the HA. Knowing me, I would have said oils, because I love oils, but again, all those ingredients are oil carried. I think that's it. I think we got it. Did I say vitamin A? I put that into vitamins as well, I think. So vitamin A, C, and E was 1 with vitamins. Exfoliation, physical and or liquid, hyaluronic acid, SPF. Oh, I've forgotten. We definitely want water and oil, but I think that I don't think I said like oil as a single. Are you laughing at me now? The which products have the A? The bamboo firming fluid, the Neroli Eye Serum, and bamboo age corrective mask. Those ones have A in it. Yeah, the vitamin A. Natural retinol alternative. And actually, I keep feeling like maybe we're going to get another A, and maybe some niacinamide. That'd be nice too. Okay, my face feels amazing. Yay, thank you. Alrighty, my friends. So please keep your eye out. Oh, and while you're still here, may I just plug the spa a moment? There is a winter promotion that is absolutely phenomenal. Full Eminence facial with complete consultation, so we get to the bottom of all your desires, with a pedicure. Like probably over 60% of the time people have a facial. At the end, they say, "Can I just stay?" Now you can. Now you can stay for the pedicure and enjoy beautiful fresh toes. Nobody sees the toes but you get such a joy out of seeing them. So it's a 2.5-hour promotion for $150. The promotion is good until the end of February, but knowing us, if you book within the month of February, you can maintain the promotion for whenever you want. So if you want to book it into March, if you want to book it into April, the winter promo is there for you. It's beautiful. It's 2.5 hours of heaven, and you can book it with a friend as long as you book in advance enough, etc., etc. So that's my plug for that. And of course, keep your eye out for the stories tomorrow, because it's going to be a great day. Hair and makeup starts at 9:30. Makeup is more like noon, I would say, and then we're racing off to a special location for photos around 3. So I won't be home for the entire day, and then I'm going on a date with my husband because I thought I'd take advantage of the hair and makeup. So I'll story out that entire day for you guys tomorrow. Thank you for joining me for Self-Care Sunday. I'm going home to my mom's for roast beef dinner and Yorkshire puddings and all that lovely jazz. And I really appreciate your time. I hope your face feels as great as mine does. Join me next week. Next week on Self-Care Sunday, we are going to be talking about what hormonal skin is doing. Why is hormonal acne a thing? What's happening underneath the tissues and the layers of your skin during the time of the month? And what can we do about it? And how can we prevent breakouts? Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thanks for joining, my friends. Lovely to see you. Have a wonderful day. Happy, healthy skin. Take care. Bye.